All right, let's jump right in. I want you to just, for a second, think about your own language. You know, the one you use every single day to chat with friends, to tell a story, to to say I love you. Now, what if you woke up one morning and it was just gone? Poof. No one else speaks it, no books to read in it, no songs to sing. I know it sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, but for thousands of communities all over the globe, this isn't fiction. It's a very, very real threat. Get this. Right now, as we speak, one language vanishes from the face of the earth every 2 weeks. Just let that sink in. Every 14 days, an entire universe of seeing the world, of understanding ourselves and our history, just disappears forever. So to really get a handle on just how massive this silent crisis is, we've got to look at the numbers. Okay, so there are roughly 7,000 languages spoken in the world today. But, and here's the statistic that just stops you in your tracks, linguists are predicting that by the year 2100, which is less than 80 years from now, by the way, over half of them could be completely gone. We're talking about 3,500 languages at risk of going extinct. So why is this such a big deal? I mean, it's easy to think, well, as long as we can all communicate, what's the harm? The thing is, when a language dies, we lose so much more than just a collection of words. You see, a language is like a cultural treasure chest. It's where a community keeps its stories, its myths, its entire oral history. It holds generations of scientific knowledge, like which plants in a rainforest can be used as medicine. A language can even shape how we see reality itself, giving people a totally unique way of understanding time and space. It's the absolute soul of a culture's identity. I love this way of putting it. Every language is a universe. When one disappears, we don't just lose words, we lose worlds. It's not just about vocabulary going away. It's the erasure of entire ways of thinking, entire histories of human experience. This actually gets at this really cool concept called linguistic relativity. It's the idea that the language you speak literally wires your brain in a unique way. So, for instance, there are some indigenous communities in Australia that don't have words for left and right. Instead, everything is based on cardinal directions, north, south, east, west. They might say, hey, there's a bug on your southwest leg. And because of this, they have this incredible, almost superhuman sense of direction all the time. If we lose their language, we lose that amazing cognitive skill along with it. So what's causing this? Why are so many languages being pushed right to the edge? Well, it usually boils down to 3 powerful forces. First up, there's urbanization. Young people move to big cities for school or for jobs, and they pretty quickly adopt a more dominant language, leaving their native tongue behind. Second, you can't ignore the long, dark shadow of colonization, where for centuries, native languages were actively and often brutally suppressed. And third, there's modern media. Global TV, the internet, Hollywood, they all pump out content in just a handful of major languages, and that makes it really, really hard for the smaller ones to even be heard.
And the finality of it all is, well, it's just devastating. Someone once described it perfectly. It's like deleting a hard drive with no backup. Once all the native speakers of a language are gone, that's it. It's nearly impossible to get it back. All that data is just gone.
But okay, this isn't just a story about loss. That's the good news. All across the planet, there are heroes, absolute heroes, fighting to keep these voices alive. And honestly, what they're doing is so inspiring. People are fighting back in all sorts of creative ways. They're using technology, building apps, and online archives to make endangered languages accessible to anyone. Communities are setting up their own immersion schools to raise a whole new generation of speakers. And you have linguists racing against the clock, recording the last remaining elders to preserve the grammar, the stories, the unique sounds of a language for the future. And you know what? These efforts really, really work. Just look at the story of the Hawaiian language. By the 1980s, it was practically gone. Fewer than 50 speakers under the age of 18 were left. But then, this incredible community effort kicked in, focused on creating immersion schools. And today, there are thousands of new fluent speakers. It's just this amazing proof that it is possible to turn the tide. So that brings us to the most important part of this whole thing, because this isn't a fight that's just for linguists or activists in far-off places. Every single one of us can actually play a part in this. So, what can you do? Honestly, it can be something as simple as just learning a few phrases in an endangered or indigenous language from your area. You could support the organizations that are doing all the hard work on the ground. Or you can just use your own voice. Share stories like this one. Raise a little awareness about why all this matters. Every little bit helps. Every conversation counts. So as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with this one thought. The beautiful, complex tapestry of our world's languages. It's fading, for sure, but it's not gone yet. Every single thread is precious, and every one we manage to save makes our entire world richer and more interesting. So the only question left is, which words will you help keep alive?